Hello everyone. Today we are presenting our game called Echo Forge, an AI adaptive exploration game. The presentation is being made and presented by Naman Bhandari, Amandeep Sura, that's me, Raman, who will present it after me, and Pujanpreet Kaur. Let's start. Let's talk about the problem. Most traditional games use static difficulty. This means the game feels same no matter who is playing. A skilled player, a cautious player, or a beginner all face the same challenges. Because of this, many players end up feeling either bored when the game is too easy or frustrated when the game becomes too difficult. The game doesn't react to how the player actually plays, and the experience stays fixed. We saw an opportunity to change this. What if the game could observe the player and adjust itself continuously? What if difficulty was not something chosen once, but something that evolved during the gameplay? Instead of the player adjusting to the game, Echo Forge allows the game to adjust to the player itself. This creates a more balanced, engaging, and personal experience for every player who plays it. Let's move forward to the core idea of the game. The core idea of Echo Forge can be summed up in 3 points. First, the world is forged by choices you make. What does that mean? Your decisions matter from the very beginning. Second, the game observes how the player interacts with the world. It pays attention to movement, combat behavior, and your overall performance. And third, every session becomes a unique responsive experience. The game continuously adapts as the player plays. Now, moving forward, we'll talk about the game overview. Here's a high-level overview of how Echo Forge works, as that can be seen in the presentation. Each session starts with player item selection. Based on those choices, the game initializes a matching scenario. Once the game begins, two things happens at the same time. The system logs player behavior, such as movement, actions, and performance. At the same time, the player can give direct feedback, like saying the game feels too easy or too hard. This information is sent to the AI, and the AI processes it and updates the difficulty or the behavior of the game in real time. The result is adaptive gameplay that changes based on how the player actually plays the game. Let's talk about the game details. The loadout system talks about lobby and item selection. Now let's look more closely at the game, starting with the lobby. In Echo Forge, the player begins by choosing two items, one weapon and one exploration tool. The limitation is important here. The player can only choose two items. This forces meaningful decisions right from the very start. Each item combination leads to a different gameplay scenario. These choices are not cosmetic, they directly affect how the game world is actually built. For example, here as shown on the screen, choosing a health focused item with a tank style tool places the player into tank-oriented combat scenario. Other combinations may focus on more methods. Weapons influence how you fight. Exploration tool influences how you move through and interact with the environment. Together, these choices shape both the playstyle and the world itself. So, from the very beginning, the experience is already being forged by the player's decisions, and the AI continues to adapt from there.
Thank you, Aman. I'll take over from here. I'm Raman. I will explain the player behavior tracking and adaptive gameplay. Once the player enters a scene, we start tracking a few simple but meaningful behaviors. We track their movement speed, how often they fire, how many enemies they defeat, how much damage they take. These metrics give us a real time snapshot of how the player is interacting with the game and how well they are handling the current challenge. We also include direct player feedback buttons. So, if the player feels the game is too easy or too hard, they use the feedback buttons and can tell the system directly. Moving on to next slide. All the behavior data and the player feedback is then fed into our AI system. The AI looks at the player's performance and decides whether the game should get easier, harder, or stay exactly where it is. It updates things like enemy strength, spawn intensity, and player health multipliers in real time. Any feedback the player gives is added into the cycle as well, so the game adjusts based on both performance and preference. This creates a continuous loop where the game evolves to match the way the player plays. Moving on to next, now we will do our demo for our game.
Hello, my name is Naman and I'll walk through the demo of our game. So this is our game, its main menu, and when we play, it comes to the lobby scene. And this is the lobby scene where we can see there's a portal and there's two walls. Wall on the left side is the weapons wall, and one on the center is the one with the exploration items. It has drone, shield, it also has a health, it also has a map. So according to how we behave in there, it changes the different levels or different scenes in different games it might load later. So let's say if I choose a tank and a heart here, and then I walk through this portal, it loads up the tank kit. Here I can play and fight with different tanks. There's stone falling that I have to be careful for. There's tanks moving around. There's also heart if I can want to increase my health points. And then there's also other features, and because we have been playing for 30 seconds, it shows us a feedback menu at the bottom. Here I can press play, enjoying, bored, or frustrated. I'm enjoying this game, so I press enjoy. And then we can see at the bottom that the AI difficulty manager has already been implemented. And see there's normal players, enemies, and then there's enemy bosses. I can get this power up to increase my bullets. Okay, so I died in that game, and then if I die in the game, it brings me back to the lobby. So the game runs infinitely. I can choose the same objects, or I can choose different objects and go to different players. So this is our first functional requirement, was doing the feedback, where we gave the feedback to the game, as we can see here in the logs. It received the feedback and it changed the difficulty accordingly. It says the applied difficulty balanced because we were enjoying the game, so it didn't change it anything. Enemy damage has been remaining the same, and spawn rate is also remaining the same. Health points has not been changed of the player. And then this log shows that in the lobby scene, when we choose weapon as tank and exploration as healing, it changes the scene to tank. It loads up the tank game. Okay, and it shows the portal entered as well. And then I'll so how AI implemented is, we are running a small Flask API backed by a PyTorch model that predicts difficulty from live gameplay metrics. Unity collects 10-second snapshots, kills that we do, the shots we have taken, the damage taken by the player, average speed of the player in the 10 seconds, and any feedback that we provided. Like in the feedback options that we were given, we said that we were enjoying the game, and then it serializes the latest snapshot as JSON and posts it to slash predict on the AI server. So on the right hand side here on my screen, you can see there's this AI server that I am running. So it's this Python 3 AI server.py which we are running, and then it says this AI difficulty server is started. And then we can see that there's all these at 229 when we were playing the tank game. Right now it's 232, and it sent the a request to the server that it wants AI to predict how the game will change depending on the feedback and different metrics that we have collected. So all the different metrics like kills, damages taken, shots, average speed, and feedback are stored in this data.csv file, which is our third functional requirement. And then all of this is logged in the Unity as well that I showed you earlier. So right now the time is 2:32, and you can see that at 2:32 and 2:31 it says that we were enjoying the game. Oh, because the game is still playing, so it's still loading up. But here we can see when we last said at 2:29, it shows that we have taken 20 damage, and then we have taken shots 8, and here we have killed one player in the 10-second range. So when we press on enjoy, it sees at the last 30 seconds, like, and then the, like, let's say first feedback option is given at 30 seconds, and then it comes back again at 60 seconds, and then 120, and then 180, and then this data is collected every 10 seconds. So if we are calling the pressing the feedback button at 30 seconds, it sees at the last three entries, and it sends those three entries to the AI server, and then AI server predicts, like, if the player is enjoying, does it needs to be harder, it needs to be balanced, or it needs to be making easy for the player, if the player is frustrated, enjoying, or according to different feedbacks options. And then what or how much the health points will be changed, how many number of players will be changed, it depends on all of these factors, like how many kills I'm doing, and how much health points I am taking, and how many shots I am firing. Everything this changes how much and how so how difficult the game, how much difficult it will be, and how easy it will be. Okay, so now back to the game. So we are back in the lobby here, and here, let's say now I want to go to a different game, like, because it's I don't want to go to the same place. I don't like the tank one, so I choose this sword thing, and I want to explore something. So, like, I want to go on an adventure game, so I choose map because I don't want to go anywhere else. So I walk through this portal again, and then this game, adventure game, shows up. So right now we are on an adventure where we are seeing that we are just running around, we are just exploring the game, and then we have a sword with us, with which we are just running around, and then we are just exploring this world. We can run, we can jump, and then the feedback options are back, and because it's been 30 seconds that we are playing the game, I'm saying I'm getting bored in this game. So it sees that I'm getting bored in the game, so it increases the enemy, and it decreases my health points. We can enjoy this potion that I just collected, and to increase my health points. So every red screen is like I am taking a damage, like here. Now I have to jump and fight this player. Then we can just explore around. These eagles are attacking us. I can fight them. I can move forward. So I died in the game, and now I am back to the lobby. So let's look at the logs. So the logs here says that I was in the adventure game and applied difficulty was hard, because I said in the feedback that I am getting bored. So it made the game more hard. Like, it increased the spawn rate to 1.2 times, so there's more enemies attacking me. Enemy damage is increased, so that the enemies that are firing at me or attacking me hits more harder. And then also the health points, like, it decreases my health points, overall health points, from the 1000 to 900, like 90%. And then this is our fourth functional requirement. And then I can go back to the server if I want. Like here it says it was called at 2:35, now it's 2:36, like we are seeing. And we can also look at this training, master training, where all the CSV file where the data is stored. It says, see, I was getting bored, and it was collecting my data. It collected at 2:22, like 2:35, 22 seconds, then 32, then 42, like 52. It collects every 10 seconds and then sends it to the server. Okay, now we are going back to the lobby. So in this lobby, let's say, I didn't like the adventure thing. Like it was okay, but I was getting too bored. It's like so easy for me. Let's look at this exploration wall. What do I like? I like this drone. Let's see what this does. And hmm, from here, what do I like? What do I like? Maybe this rocket launcher thing. Let's see. Let's see what where the portal takes us now. Oh, so we are now in a zombie where the person is attacking other players and the zombies is attacking the player. Oh my god, there's so many players attacking me. I'm getting frustrated right now. Feedback. I'm getting frustrated. So as you can see, when I'm saying I'm frustrated, it makes the game easier for me. I'm not getting killed right now because it increased my health stats right now and it also decreased the enemy's power of attacking me. Now it's easier, the game is more easier for me. I can pick up the health kit, I can run longer. So it made the game easier for me when I said I was being frustrated. And we can also look at the logs right now saying right here. So the zombie applied difficulty was easy because I'm saying I'm getting frustrated playing the game. I'm liking it, but it's like frustration for me. So it increased my overall health points to 1.2 times. So it increased from 100 to 120. Decreased the enemy damage. So the game became more easier for me. And the enemy spawn rate decreased from 100 to 85 enemies per minute. So this is how our feedback system works. Like if a live feedback is taken every 30 seconds, then 60, then 120, then 180. It's like whenever we are running the game, it's live. It changes live depending on how a player is liking the game or not liking it. And if they don't like it, they can come back to the lobby after they die, or when they choose to quit the game, and they can take a different thing or take a different exploration item, take a different weapon, and then go to a different game maybe. So this was our game, and this is how it adapts accordingly. And this is how it adapts accordingly to all of the feedback that is taken. Now, I'll show you about our non-functional requirement. So if this server is stopped, let's say for some reason the server is not working, I'll just stop the server. So now the server is turned off. What happens is the game is still playable, but the AI is not there to record how much time or like how much times the enemy's spawn rate increases or decreases, how much adaptive it is. It is still the feedback system is still there. So it goes back to what it has from the CSV file. So let's say if I am in the in the same zombie game. Okay, let's see. So have the drone thing, and we took the rocket launcher, and we walked through this portal right now, and we are back in the zombie. So I was enjoying the game, but I got killed. Okay, so what happens is it sees about my old data, like how was the AI being implemented, and then it sees that we chose that we were enjoying the game, so it didn't change anything. So it kept it same. So the game is remains the same. It didn't change any spawn rate or enemy damage. If it did, it looks at the past CSV file data from all the data are being stored here, and then it records the data from here and then changes it accordingly. So If the server for some reason is not working, it just goes back to taking the feedback and then changing the things accordingly. It doesn't change the health points, enemy damage, or spawn rate like that well, but it's still, the game is still functional and we can still play the game. So I hope you liked our game, and I hope you one day play our game too. Thank you so much for playing.
Now I will come back to the slides. Our last slide here is about the challenges. One of the biggest challenges was deciding what behavior data to track and how to interpret it correctly. Movement, shots, fired, kills, and health all tell different stories about how the player is doing. We also had to incorporate player feedback in a way that didn't conflict with the AI's decisions. Balancing game design with AI adjustment was another challenge. The adaptive system has to enhance the experience and not overpower the design of the scenes. Another consideration was the number of item combinations that lead to different scenes. Each pairing needed to feel meaningful without creating unnecessary complexity. The next one, we also had to choose the right features for the AI to use, keeping the system simple enough to run quickly but detailed enough to make good decisions. Finally, we had to bring everything together for analysis and reporting, making sure telemetry, predictions, and changes were logged consistently so we could evaluate how well the adaptive system performed. So this is all for our project EcoForge. Thank you for watching.